what you bring to the table in terms of spiritual practice is what you need to get rid of. It's very simple. How do you get rid of such karma? And so sometimes in the process of associating with a teacher, always, if it's a certain kind of teacher, then relating to them is getting out of your karma. Getting out of your karma is what seems to activate the beingness of beyond karma. See? And then that can become something real, very valid to you. You start to see that the teacher is not being what you're being as a neurotic, and that you secretly want to be more the teacher and free of your neuroses and all the stuff that is eating you up and so on and so forth, which is pretty much the natural unfoldment. You start to have identification outside of your own fixed self-image. Say, no, I want to be more liberated, which is a natural progression. How that shows up is different for everybody. So you might read something and say, no, I'm here, I want to be this. And then that, whatever it was, phrase, idea, concept, paragraph, word, is a bridge to your next step if you follow that. Some people read and then they fall back to their own neurotic self. They enter inspiration, but they don't have the momentum behind it to become that and go beyond it and go more deeply. So everyone is different. So no one's wrong. Everyone is different. Everyone is right where they are, and they have the opportunity to go beyond that, which could be up, could be the same way, or down. Individual process. Always come back to that.
So he says maybe some people are able to get it and make a change right off the bat, and others need to maybe make incremental process or progress rather.
Yeah, you were processing being here before you got here. Mm-hmm. You already, as you said, imagining or hoping and considering what that was when you were in Colorado. Mm-hmm. Because you were in a dharmic situation there in Europa. Mm-hmm. And so you were associating this as being part of the Dharma, but different, because the direction here is more transcending through music, not just playing and gaining musical knowledge. Any school can do that, but this is about having the knowledge and using it for higher purposes. So not everyone is geared to that or thinking in those terms. Have always been thinking in those terms, but only recently, in the past number of years, able to express it in language that is true for our purposes here. Relative to my history as a jazz musician and a spiritual practitioner. So, I can't say that spirituality is jazz, but you can say anything and everything. Life is jazz. Say, you can use that concept, but that's not. You talk to a jazz musician, they're not going to agree with that. Jazz is a very specific language and a mode of functioning and utilizing musical intelligence, right? Which is not just improvising. The Hindus reject that idea that because the jazz musicians are improvising doesn't mean they're Hindu musicians. Hindu musicians improvise doesn't mean they're jazz musicians, and they don't want to hear about that. They know this is not the jazz. No, jazz is jazz. This is yoga. Right. So good point. See, so we need to, as spirit souls, take on the social, welcome it, because that's beyond your choice. You're here already. You are cultured to be a relatively socialized individual because of your blood nature, which is all about that. And so that's normal for us. But what we don't often recognize up front or soon enough is that that's a step on the path. You have to get beyond that for your freedom. That's not who you are. That's what you have to deal with. That's not who you are. So everything that shows up is not necessarily who you are, but what you have to deal with. The same applies to astrology. What that indicates is what you have to deal with in terms of a certain interpretation of solar systemal energy, right? And higher perceptions made by very intelligent, maybe psychically developed, spiritually sensitive scientific beings who say, oh, the influence of Mercury and the influence of Uranus shows up this way. And so that's also what, once you assume the recognition of that and say, well, that's valid for me because I know that's true, then you have to get beyond that. So whatever you learn and whatever you know, you have to throw away. Or you just sort of hang there and you are that. Fixation on it. Well, we're not here to be fixated on it. That. We're here to be fixated ultimately on what we can call is the heart essence. So, compassion, love, that's the result of it. The essence, heart essence. Which we are, but we need to get so let's say directly related to this essence that's what we become. That's what we can speak about. That's what we can breathe from. That's what we can associate with and socialize over. So it's a heart essence.